Hey everyone, today I want to talk about the Analyze tab within ThinkorSwim. Now it's not something that I use all the time, but if you're a new trader, it's very important to familiarize yourself with the Analyze tab because it's going to give you a better understanding of how you profit and lose with options. So there's a few ways to access the Analyze tab, but one of the main ways is to go up and look at a trade. So let's go ahead and look at all products. I'm going to go ahead and look at AutoZone. So AutoZone's currently trading at 704. I'm looking to put on a put spread, maybe about a 10 probability of in the money. So let's go ahead and sell these 630 puts. And then I want to go ahead and hold the control key down and buy the 620. And this puts the trade in right here. That looks like a pretty good trade. Now it could just hit the confirm and send tab. And what this will do is bring up some basic information about the trade before I send it. So I can see my break evens, my max profit, and my max loss. Now I could go ahead and send that, but if I want to look deeper into the trade, I want to go down here to the trade, right click on it, and then click Analyze Trade. And let's go to Risk Profile. And what this is going to do is this is going to show me in a graph what is actually happening with this trade. Now the first thing I want to point out is the bottom here. These are the prices. So this is price of the stock. And on the y-axis over here, this is going to be my profit and loss. You can see right here it's 0. Anything above the 0 is going to be a profit, and anything below the 0 is going to be a loss. So here with AutoZone, I can see, let me see, anything above about 629 is going to be profit. Anything below that is going to be a loss. Now I also have slices that I can open, and I can hit that, oops, right here, reset my slices. Now when I do this, it's going to bring up what's going to happen if the stock stays the same, if it swings up 10%, or if it swings down 10%. And then it also gives me my delta, gamma, theta, vega, and what's really important, my profit and loss. Now I want to come up here and make sure that this is set to expiration, June 16th or 17th. That's fine, that is. And then right here, this is going to be what the profit and loss is on that specific day. Now when we look at the graph, we'll see two different colors. We have this blue line, which you see right here, and then the pink line. Now the blue line is the more important line. This is going to be what my profit and loss is on expiration. The pink line is what my profit and loss is going to be on the particular parameters that I set down here. So here I have it on June 2nd. Let's go ahead and move this to today. Today is May 4th. So this is what my profit and loss is going to look like today with a big movement in the stock. So if it goes up 10%, I'm going to make $645. If it swings down 10%, I'm going to lose $3,155. Now I can adjust that a few different ways. For one, these prices right here, I can go ahead and grab these and move them so I can see, and as I move them, you can see what happens with the P&L. It's going to move and show me exactly what's happening. If I want to go ahead and reset that, let's go to price slices. Oops. Reset price slices. Now another thing I can do is I can adjust these slices. I don't have to leave them at 10%. I can go ahead and let's go to 5%. Let's go 5% on both of them. So it'll show me if the stock moves 5%, what's going to happen on all my deltas, my gammas, and my profit and loss. Then I can also set that out in time. So I can go ahead and click the time. You can see every day I'm making more money as long as the stock doesn't move. You can see exactly how much money I'm making. So on May 9th, I've made $88, assuming the stock doesn't move. If it does move a little bit, let's say it goes this direction, you can see what it's going to be. Or if it goes the other direction, you can see what it's going to be. And as we get closer to expiration, the pink graph is going to start to look more like the blue graph until eventually it matches it completely. So you can see now it's really starting to, and there you go. So let's go back to today. So let's go ahead and add another trade, and I'm going to cancel this one out. Let's go ahead and look at a butterfly. Now to do that, I can go back to the trade tab like I did before, but I can also go to the add simulated trade. And let's look at, let's say, Apple. I'm going to bring up Apple and let's look at June expiration. And let's say that I want to put on a butterfly. So I want to, and I think the stock's going to pin, say, at 145. So I'm going to go ahead and buy the 140. Then I'm going to hold down Control on my keyboard and click the 145 twice. While still holding Control, I'm going to click the 150 to buy that strike. And then I'm going to come up here to Risk Profile. And now we see what a butterfly would look like in Apple. So here's our 0. So anything between these 2 points up above here is going to be profit, and anything below these points is going to be loss. So I can go here and I can set my slices to my break evens. Oops, at expiration. We can see it's going to go ahead and set those. So we can see anything above 141.49 I'm going to be a winner, and anything below 148.54 I'm going to be a winner. So the Analyze tab will give you a visual about how the trade will react in time and in price movement. Now let's say I don't plan to keep this trade all the way to expiration. So what I want to do is first let's make sure this is actually on the expiration date. And I'm going to set this, say I want to keep the trade for, today's the 4th, let's go ahead and keep it to the 26th of May. Now this is going to give me a visual of exactly what's going to happen, and I want to reset my price slices. So it's 0. Now I think the stock's going to pin at 145, so let's go ahead and move this down. Let's say 145.50 is where I think it might be. So if I keep this until May 26th, the stock does go to 145.50, where I think it's going to show me exactly all my delta, gamma, theta, vega, and it's going to show me my P&L. So I could take this trade off on this day for $511 profit. And obviously if it was to get exactly to 145 and pin there, that would be my maximum profit I could make. So if there's a trade you're thinking about putting on and not sure how the P&L react, the Analyze tab is a great tab to use. Alright, I hope this video helped make some sense of the Analyze tab. I know it can be confusing, especially at first, but the more you play with it and the more you understand it, the better you're going to get a feel for trading options and how the profit and losses work.